Ogerpon, our newest legendary Pokemon brought to us in the Teal Mask DLC. Not only is it gaining the trust of the Kitakami people, showing off its competitive side in battle, but also falling into our hearts. And it comes with a unique gimmick of wearing masks. These masks in particular are able to help Ogerpon not only look stylish, but to become a stronger Pokemon by possibly gaining an additional type. Which left me with the question, what if we had an Ogerpon of every type? Well, today with the help of the very talented Cardinal, who you may have seen on Twitter and Instagram creating amazing Blender renders of Paradox Pokemon and DLC evolutions, we worked together to create all the 14 remaining masks. So with that being said, let's check out an Ogerpon of every type. Now let's get the ones we know out of the way, as Ogerpon in the DLC is seen with 4 masks. First being its Teal mask, which keeps it a pure grass type with the ability Defiant. The Wellspring mask, turning it into a grass and water type with the ability Water Absorb. The Hearthflame mask, turning it into a grass and fire type with Mold Breaker. And lastly, the Cornerstone mask, gaining the rock typing with Sturdy as its ability. So with that done, let's go ahead and dive into the new ones, starting off with the normal type. So here is the Harmony mask, a true mask that embodies balance, opposing forces, and harmony. The design of course is inspired by the yin yang symbol, which I felt embodied normal quite well, alongside giving it a normal shape, being a circle. As to me that the normal type has some of the best balance, having 1 immunity and only 1 weakness, it fits pretty well. It also comes set with the ability Immunity, though I thought adaptability could work here as well, so let me know what you think. Next up is the fighting type with the Valor Heart mask. This mask is quite unique, as I drew inspiration from a couple different fighting based characters and Pokemon. Those of course being Might Guy's 8 Gates transformation, an explosion to help represent, getting angry or being mad, and of course Primeape, one of the angriest Pokemon in all of Pokemon. I really wanted to drive that primitive fighting anger for this mask, which I think alongside the colors fits pretty well. This mask is quite unique and also comes with the ability Scrappy, of course for those pesky ghost types. Then we have the flying type with the Aerostride mask, a mask that represents the open skies and freedom. It of course comes with a beak and cloud surrounding it to help aid the flying typing, while of course here being in a masquerade style. To help represent some more, we decided to incorporate some Ho-Oh inspired feathers into the design as well. Then it comes with its ability Wind Rider, which I felt fitted pretty well with the typing and should help protect it against its grass weaknesses, or at least some of them. Next is the Poison type, and I wanted to pay homage to the Loyal 3, so here we have the Ivy Toxin mask, aka the Toxic Chain mask. This mask brings in elements of the toxic chain that is clamped around our loyal trio of Munkidori, Okidogi, and Pheasantipiti. Plus with the recent information and possible theories of Dokutaro, a possible leader and member of the Loyals of Kitakami, it felt like it was the right way to go. I thought it'd be fun to play on the idea of Ogerpon actually being the leader of the trio instead. That would just be crazy. So to further complement this, I decided to give the ability Toxic Chain. It just made the most sense and keeps it consistent with the others. Next onto the ground type, as it comes with the Terraforge mask, a unique mask showcasing a earthy and sandy design, which is seen in the texture of the mask itself. For the Terraforge mask, it is inspired by one of Naruto's iconic tailed beasts, being Shukaku, which for those who don't know is a body that is created and represented with sand. And to help build more of the ground design, we added elements of dripping sand, rough earth, and smooth sections as well. And I think this works well with this new ability, Stamina, allowing Ogerpon to stay in the battle just a little bit longer. Though I will say that Sand Spit, Sand Rush, and Sand Force could have worked here as well. Then there's the bug typing with the Pollen Wing mask, a mask that showcases the bug elements through and through. Of course having large butterfly-like wings and large antennae. It also comes with some bright colors like butterflies in the real world, while of course showcasing its different Terra Crystal influence. As for the Pollen Wing mask, it comes with the ability Tinted Lens to get that boost in power that bug Pokemon usually need. Next up is Ghost, which I think is honestly one of my favorites. So here is the Spook Soul mask. Now for those who already couldn't tell, this mask is based on the ghost from the Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town, adding in the shape of the ghost from that time and even adding that ghostly aura around it to help fill out the mask. I think this was a cool way to tie it back into the ghost typing, just like with the Ghost Terra as well. And to add the ghostly essence on top, it comes with the ability Cursed Body, which again I think complements it pretty well. Let's look at the electric type with the new Thunderclap mask. This new shocking mask brings in elements of fierceness and of course lightning. To help create this mask, I actually pulled elements from Ninjago's very own Oni mask, which Ogerpon's mask are based on. I love so many elements of this mask specifically, and it's very apparent with the Terra layers too. Not to mention all the big thunderbolts going everywhere to really showcase how big and powerful this Pokemon can be. Then of course, to tie this mask all together, it comes with the ability Lightning Rod, though I will say that Motor Drive or Static were in the running as options too. Next up is the Psychic type, which was a bit tough to think of, but we were able to create the Mind Meld mask. For this one, we led into the idea of Psychics and the main part of designing it being the third eye, which of course the third eye is associated with intuition, insight, and mysticism. So we wanted to incorporate all of that here. Plus, it could be represented by the very big brain that you guys can also see in the design as well. Then to tie it all together, it comes with the ability Synchronize, which uses its brain power to burn, paralyze, or poison the Pokemon if it gets hit with a status infliction. Sliding into the Ice type, we now have the Frost Veil mask. A mask that embodies the sleek and fragile design of a snowflake but brings out the elements of Oni designs. To help complement this, we added in some smooth edges alongside sharp fangs and a smile to show that this actually is a contrasting effect that Ice Pokemon can have. Though, funny enough, in a previous design we took more elements from the Ice Bionicle, but overall we didn't love what that brought in, so we stuck to this brand new one, which I think is a lot better. Then to aid this Pokemon in battle, it comes with the ability Snow Warning. That way it can set up the snow and gain a defense boost to last just a little bit longer if possible. Then we have the Dragon type with the newly discovered Dracolore mask. A mask that showcases the draconic edge that Ogerpon needs, which is represented by the color in its wings. For the inspiration on this one, we pulled from Avatar: The Last Airbender, specifically Zuko's Blue Spirit mask, which I felt like gave a dragon vibe, and then we added more dragon vibes to it. Adding in the long fangs, unique face, and the dragon tongue sticking out made it an absolute banger. To help give it a boost in battle, it comes with the ability Multiscale, which of course reduces the damage when HP is full, helping Ogerpon take a hit if needed. Next up is the Dark typing, and it seemed obvious to do a Blood Moon mask. Of course, Kid Kami introduced one of the coolest Pokemon being Blood Moon Ursaluna, and I loved so many elements and I had to use the Blood Moon here. So in the mask, we added Blood Moons to each side of the mask. Though it did help aid in the Dark typing, we also added in more of a bat or vampire-like Oni design, which also fits the typing. Plus, you know, Moon, Blood Moon, Bat, it all just kind of connected seamlessly. And then of course, seeing that Blood Moon red on Ogerpon, it looks so good. Though to put the Dark cherry on top, it comes with the ability Intimidate, which seems fitting, especially if you encounter this Pokemon at night. So Intimidate for the win. Then there's the Steel type, which was one of the hardest ones to create, but we eventually got it and created the Ironclad mask. A true mask that embodies chivalry of knights and warriors. It brings in many elements of those old-time knight helmets but shifted it into an Oni mask. Then to help shape this even more, we added steel-like elements like the spikes all around his mask, which was inspired by Galar's very own Max Steel spike, which I felt really brought the design together. Though the combination of grass and steel leaves a huge fire weakness, so this Ogerpon mask will get heat proof as its ability. That way it can take 50% less damage from fire type moves, so it's not completely one-shotted if possible. Then lastly we have Fairy, leaving only the Charm Wisp mask. This one overall is pretty simple. It's a heart with a warm, inviting expression. Though to help it not look exactly like the Wellspring mask or the Water mask, we added a bow to it, which really tied the design together. Which of course was actually inspired by one of the most popular fairy type Pokemon, being Sylveon, which is also where we pulled the colors from. One thing I really love about this design is how it can look like it has two faces depending on how you're looking at it, as if you're looking at the black portions as eyes or the Terra crystals as eyes. It's kind of funny. Then of course it comes with the ability Pixelate to help it expand its fairy type arsenal, overall being a pretty cool grass and fairy type Ogerpon. Well, there you have it. It is all 18 types of Ogerpon done and completed in one video. Which one was your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. And do you guys want to possibly see the Terra forms of these masks? Let me know. Maybe me and Cardinal need to cook it up again and make the forms of these bad boys. Again, I want to give a massive shout out to Cardinal. Without them, this wouldn't have been possible, giving it a different view so you guys can see how this would look in game instead of just renders. And of course, all of Cardinal's links are in the description down below, so check them out over on Instagram and Twitter, and let them know I sent you. Aside from that, let me know which one you guys enjoy. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content just like this. Hit that notification bell as well. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and bye!